Hello everybody, welcome to today's pick a card reading. I'm wearing white because boo. We are talking about marriage. Today I want to find out who your future spouse is going to be. What are they like? What's the kind of energy that surrounds them? What do they look like? What do they do for a career? How are you going to meet them? Even when you may meet this person. By the way, I absolutely adore these pick a card readings. I love them so much. So if anybody has any suggestions for future pick a card reading videos, I would love to hear them down below. But to get straight into this reading, I need you to pick a pile from 1 to 3. Pile 1 is the tumbled pyrite crystal. Pile 2, we have the carnelian heart. And pile 3, we have the pointed smoky quartz. I highly suggest you go with your first gut instinct. Spirit is going to draw you to the pile which is most relevant to you. If you need more time to choose your pile, please pause the video here and I shall see you in your reading. Hello there, pile number 1, and welcome to your reading. So straight off the bat, I want to have a look at the energy surrounding this relationship between you and your future spouse. So I pulled the solar plexus chakra crystal, and the solar plexus can be located in your stomach area. It's all about energy. It's that light for life, that zest for life. It also represents your self-esteem. Now, I don't know whether you are somebody who has been in a bit of a self-care lull recently. Potentially you haven't really felt like there's been a reason to go and get a massage or go and get those regular beauty treatments that you normally get. Even potentially thinking, I don't really feel the need to shop at the moment. You could have been knocked by somebody else for this to have happened. Or maybe you haven't had many reasons to go out and have fun lately. But I do think that there's some kind of connection to this and this person that you're going to meet, your future spouse. I don't know whether you're going to kind of find your judge again, judge? Is that a thing? I don't know whether you're going to kind of get your vibe back and you're going to start doing those extra nice little things for yourself, and then you're going to meet this person, or whether this person's going to come into your life and they're going to give you that zest for life again, and that automatically makes you book yourself a massage and go and get your beauty treatments and things like that. Either way, I do sense a lot of Leo energy around this person, quite flashy energy. I do think this person, your future spouse, is going to be somebody who pushes you to be your most glamorous and eccentric self. They may be somebody who takes care of themselves a lot. They may be somebody, male or female, who goes to get their nails done, regular massages, and they give you that kind of nudge to do that for yourself again. Probably even spending money on you. They're probably like, oh, go and get yourself a massage, it's on me. Go and get your nails done, it's on me. Or if you're a male, go and get a manicure, it's on me. But I definitely feel this very generous energy from this person. But at the same time, it's generous when it comes to caring for yourself, which is really sweet. I do think this person's naturally going to boost your self-esteem. Whether you've gone through this before you meet this person, whether you've boosted your own self-esteem before you meet this person or not, either way, this person is really going to allow you to express yourself. The kind of person who says, put that short, glittery dress on, or put that really tight suit that shows your body off on because you look fabulous. They're not the kind of person to tell you to cover yourself up. They're going to want you to really express yourself in your fullest, which is always extremely positive. Okay, so we've got children and retreat as well around the energy around this relationship. So I do feel like one of you has children. It could be you or it could be them, but if it's you, I do feel like potentially this lack of self-care. I'm not saying you do not care for yourself, but this kind of like less need to take care of yourself, it's most probably because you are busy taking care of somebody else. You're busy taking care of your children. If it's not children, it could actually be an elderly parent here. I do feel like there could be an elderly parent somewhere. But I do feel like either you or this person has children. Now, I do think this person coming into your life, this future spouse of yours, is really going to help out around the house. If you are the one who has children, I do feel like this person's going to come into your life and they're going to be a great step parent to your child. And I do think they're going to take a lot of weight off your shoulders. Potentially you both have children as well, because I do really feel the energy around this other person, that they kind of understand the flow of a family and know what's needed. Whether they're somebody who grew up in a household with a lot of brothers and sisters that they had to take care of, or whether they do have their own children, it's like they have that natural responsibility that you need in them. So we've got a supportive energy around this relationship. A supportive energy that allows you both to be your best selves. It's a very happy energy, like a happy family kind of energy. If you have no children and you're not looking for somebody else who has children, this does look like a marriage where you are going to have children, because there's a very strong, supportive family unit energy here. Now, let's have a look and see what this person looks like. Okay, so we've got Libra, and Libra is ruled by Venus. So Librans tend to be very attractive and they are very much into their self-care. As I mentioned at the start of this reading, it's like a self-care kind of energy here. Like they're going to push you to care for yourself because they probably care for themselves. They probably get regular massages. You'll probably have a lot of spa days together and things like that, which is beautiful. But Librans as well tend to have very symmetrical features. So they may have a very symmetrical face, a very attractive face. Now, I do think they work out a lot. So we've got the 6th house here, which is about health and fitness and all that kind of stuff, self-care again. So I do think they're going to be massive on their self-care and encourage you to care for yourself as well. So yeah, this person's got to be attractive for this reason for sure. And then we've got Chiron. So this person may actually take care of themselves because they do have some inner wounding. They may actually be quite insecure about their physical appearance, and this is why they are so, why they need to take care of themselves so much. So when you get to know this person, you may actually find when you scratch the surface, there's quite an insecure person underneath. I do think this person may differ from your usual type. And I think they may differ from your usual type because they do seem very superficial. And I think when you scratch the surface and you see that they're not so superficial after all, and it is because they have some kind of insecurity around their physical appearance, I think this is just going to make you fall deeper in love with this person. So we have as well the Sun and the Hangman for this person, and we're still on their physical appearance. I do feel like this person may have a very reddish kind of skin tone. They may be quite tanned. Regardless of their skin, they may be very tanned. Again, it's all this self-care kind of stuff, so I won't be surprised if they are quite naturally pale, they go on the sunbeds. But I do see like a natural light kind of complexion with this person. I do think they may have lighter hair, a lighter complexion, but they may tan themselves, or they may dye their hair as well. So I do feel like they may look very different to their like natural appearance. The kind of person that you look at their baby pictures and you think that's not the same person, and it's like, yeah, it is. Like, I dye my hair this color, I dye my hair darker, I go on the sunbeds quite a lot. But yeah, I do sense like lighter hair, lighter skin with this person, but I do think they embellish themselves quite a lot. Okay. So the kind of energy surrounding this person, so moving away from this person's physical appearance, let's have a look at their kind of demeanor. So again, we've got Mars in the second house. I do think they're going to be very ambitious, but I do think they're going to be very stable as well. They're probably so ambitious because of a potential instability they have, which goes back to this Chiron energy here, their insecurities. So they're constantly trying to stabilize their life because they do have an insecurity. I don't think this is a bad thing. I don't think this is anything that can unstabilize a relationship. I do think this is something you will find out further on in your relationship, most probably before the marriage. But I think they may have had quite an unstable childhood. I do sense a lot of brothers and sisters around them. So it may have been very chaotic for them growing up, and they may have had a lot of competition. And this makes them very competitive now, but this also makes them very successful and ambitious. But I do think this person has dreams. I definitely think this person has a long-term goal that they haven't achieved yet. And I do think this is something that you're going to find very attractive in them, because you're like, this person's always got a goal in hand. I do think this person has the ability to make a lot of money as well. I think they make enough money now, but I think they have the potential to make much more money in the future. And this may already be apparent when you get married. But very ambitious. A bit of a dreamer. So their goals are very dreamy. So it's like they're like a child that's always fantasizing. But I definitely think this person has the ambition and the know-how to actually reach those fantastical goals that they have. Again, at the start of this reading, I was talking about a very stable like family situation. I do think this person may enter your life and stabilize your life. They will have a very stabilizing energy. I definitely see kids here, and I do think this could, either both of you or one of you could be juggling children. Because we have the Empress here, the Empress is pregnant, and the Empress does talk about creating new life. It also talks about children, but it can also talk about creative endeavors as well. I mean, this marriage, even though there's going to be love there, I do think this marriage is going to include, is going to be a prosperous kind of marriage, like financially. It's got the Wheel of Fortune here, and we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So the Wheel of Fortune talks about positive karma. And this next to the Ace of Pentacles is like a new material offer. It is the potential of new financial gains, new financial endeavors. This person may even help you boost your income. And this would have a lot to do with this self-esteem with the solar plexus chakra as well. They kind of give you the extra confidence you need to either get a promotion at work or do that thing that you're great at, but it means taking a risk. I definitely sense the ambition with this person as well, because we have the Two of Pentacles as well as the Ace of Pentacles. So this will be somebody who's good with finances as well, but also somebody who always wants more with the Empress. This is going to be a very financially stable marriage. So let's have a look and see what their career could be. So we've got Pluto and Scorpio, and Pluto rules over Scorpio. It's the planet for Scorpio, and it is a very powerful energy. It also represents other people's money, other people's assets. Accountancy can come under Scorpio because you are dabbling with other people's assets and other people's finances. I've got the 9th house here as well. And the Lovers and the Thief. I definitely see finances here. I would not be surprised if this person is an accountant. I'm definitely sensing they work with finances. Accountancy or a banker, or even somebody who trains people to be an accountant, like a lecturer. A lecturer who trains accountants. I'm sure that makes sense. I'm sure that makes sense. Because I do sense this person has a lot of power in their industry. People rely on them. But it's this thief. So the thief is number 24. Add 4 and 2 together, you get 6. And 6 is all about balancing. 6 is a numerological number that represents balance. So this could be somebody balancing other people's finances. As well, when I think about accountancy and like the shadow side of accountancy, you do think about people who ask their accountant to hide money, put money in different places to avoid taxes and things like that. I think this person could be good at, oh my goodness, could be good at kind of doing, I was gonna say criminal things with money, but very good at being sneaky with money for their clients. And this might be why they have the ability to make so much money, because they gain a lot of clients for this reason. The Lovers as well, number 15, 5 and 1 equals 6, it's that balance again. The Lovers also talks about contracts. This could be somebody who works in industry where they sign a lot of contracts, but I'm definitely sensing accountancy here. Or something to do with people's taxes. But if this person doesn't work in finance, I'd be very shocked. I'm definitely seeing finances here. Okay, that one's quite specific. It's got to be finance with the career. So let's have a look and see how you will both meet. So we've rolled Libra, Venus, and the 9th house again. And love and receptive. I don't know whether you're both going to meet in a place of study. Or maybe you both have... Okay. I'm feeling that you could both meet in a place of study. With the 9th house as well, I do feel like you could meet in a place of worship. So you could meet this person in church, or you could meet this person on like a spiritual retreat, in a group meditation, if you're into anything like that. But I definitely think when you lock eyes with this person, it is going to be instant. Because we've got love and receptive. So receptive says be ready to receive what fate has planned for you. And this tells me that your meeting is going to be very fated. You're going to be very magnetized towards each other as soon as you meet. And I'm definitely feeling, I can see a room and you both locking eyes over the room. I don't really sense that this is going to be like an introduction from a friend. I don't really sense online. I actually sense an in-person meeting here. Like an instant love, like that you're going to feel for each other. This definitely could be a past life connection as well, because of the magnetism between you both. Like a soul contract for you to both be married. You could also meet in another country. You could also meet on holiday with this 9th house influence. And I would definitely say you are going to meet in a situation or that, in an establishment that brings enjoyment for you both. So as mentioned, that place of worship, somewhere that you enjoy going to. Maybe you go to spiritualist church every Tuesday. Maybe it's holiday because you both enjoy going on holiday. You're going to both be having a great time and you're going to lock eyes. But definitely holiday, place of worship, or university, some kind of course for higher study, even an online course. I do heavily feel another country with this though. So, when will you meet this person? So I've pulled the cards of time for this, and in the deck of the cards of time, there are cards in there that say time is in your control. So they're cards that do say we don't know when it's going to be. It is when it is. But for you, I have pulled a timing. I pulled 11. So you could meet them in the 11th month, which is November. 11 weeks or 11 months. Now with this one, I am definitely feeling nearer 11 months. I do think you're gonna, it's gonna be a little bit longer until you meet this person. I would put a year on it, but 11 months, could be 11 weeks, could be the 11th month. I definitely sense it's gonna be in winter, which would make a lot of sense with the holiday because you both may decide to go on a winter holiday and you meet on this winter holiday. But yeah, 11 months. I'm definitely sensing about a year for you guys. Okay, Spirit. Do we have any extra information for pile number 1 regarding this future spouse? Any extra information that pile number 1 needs to know? Okay, the Ace of Swords. Now, I do think this person's going to be extremely intellectual. Well educated for sure. And it makes sense because they are going to be like a manifester. They're going to be someone who always has a goal. And again, we got that 2 of Pentacles. We had the 2 of Pentacles earlier. I do think they balance things out. I do think they have this very stabilizing kind of energy because we pulled the 2 of Pentacles twice. And this could be why they're so good at their career. If it is accountancy or finances, they're great at balancing finances. But I do think they're also going to bring you balance into your life. A very stabilizing energy, and most probably built through an unstable childhood. Like they've mastered stability. Right, pile number 1, I'm going to leave that there because I do think I have gained all the information I can gain for this, but I do want to talk to you about the crystal that you chose. So you chose the Pyrite Rough Crystal, and I have written down what this crystal means in my notebook. I have so many crystals, I literally have to write them down. But I always find at the end of my pick card readings, when I talk about the crystal, it normally has a lot of relevance to the reading itself, and I like to leave it to the end because I just think it's fabulous when it all comes together when I actually talk about the meaning of the crystal. So Pyrite. Pyrite enhances memory, it stimulates intellect, or what did I say? And it's going to be an intellectual person, and it protects against negative energy. Now, going back to the beginning of your reading, I did feel that you may have been in a bit of a self-care lull. So you may be in a phase where you don't have as much belief in yourself that you should. I think it may have been because of a previous relationship, or maybe just being single for a long time. But I do think this is your calling to look after yourself. Definitely look after yourself. You are worthy. And good things are coming for you, pile number one. And I do think this person is going to help you believe in yourself more as well. And that's always fabulous. Okay, yeah, pile number one, that is your reading. If you like this reading, please drop it a like. If you like content like this, please subscribe, because I'd love to make more content like this for you. If you have any further ideas for pick a card readings, please comment those down below as well, because I really enjoy doing the pick a card readings. I get so much joy from them. So I would love some ideas for further card readings, and more so what you want to see in these pick a card readings. So yes, thank you for watching, take care, and you have a really, you're gonna marry a dream man. This person sounds like a dream. They've got the looks, they've got the finances, and they've got the stability. Hell yes, that's what every person wants in their spouse. Right, goodbye. Hello there, pile number two. Let's have a look at who your future spouse is going to be. So straight off the bat, I want to first have a look at the energy surrounding your relationship with this person, the energy between you and them. So I pulled the heart chakra crystal for you guys. So I do think this is going to be a relationship that is very warming, like a relationship that's based on love, and well, a marriage that's based on love here. And I know I know every relationship starts based on love, but sometimes people get married for different reasons. Sometimes people get married for security reasons, sometimes people get married because they think they need to get married, but not for you with this person. There's pure love here. Like, I can see your wedding day being really romantic for this reason. Like, white doves for some reason. I don't know whether you're somebody who's always wanted to like set doves free on your wedding day, but I'm definitely seeing white doves. I'm definitely seeing a lot of relatives like really happy for you. A lot of friends maybe looking at you guys like your couple goals, you know, think I would love a marriage like pile two. I can definitely see that with you guys. A lot of romanticism here, and it makes a lot of sense, and I will touch upon this at the end of the reading, but you did pull the carnelian heart, and your chakra stone was the heart chakra. So a lot of love when it comes to this marriage. The kind of relationship where you are together for love, and when it comes to marriage, it's still for love. Like, even when you're both 80 years old, you are still going to be in love with this person. So that is fabulous. So we've got unrequited love and keep an open mind. So okay, we're going to start with unrequited love, and don't get this twisted, because this makes a lot of sense with the second card that I've pulled. So unrequited love, there is not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Now don't be disheartened, because you've got keep an open mind here as well. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Now I definitely feel, well, it says it on the tin, doesn't it? This is somebody who's not your usual type. You could be somebody who likes bad boys or bad girls, and this person is a good boy or a good girl. You may be into blondes, and this person has dark hair. It could be physical. It could be. I do think you're gonna bypass this person, and not just because of these cards, but I do feel like initially you're gonna bypass this person because they are just not your type. I definitely feel like a friendship kind of energy between you. Maybe you meet this person, you friend zone them, but this person clearly has a lot of feelings for you. I definitely feel you friend zoning them. I do feel like this person actually could be in your life right now, and this won't be for everybody, but I do feel a sense that you already know this person, or this person's already in your friends group. I do think you're either going to friend zone this person, or you've already friend zoned this person. But there's just going to be, I do think this person's going to be very, what's the word? Not diligent. I can't think of the word right now. I'm filming this in a Mercury retrograde, but I do think this person is going to keep asking you out on a date. They're going to be relentless, basically, to the point where you go, oh, okay, I'll go on a date with you. And you're gonna go on that date. You're probably not gonna make much of an effort because you're just gonna be like, this is pointless. Nothing's gonna come from this. And I think on this date, you're gonna see like a little glimmer in their eye, and you're gonna go, actually, he or she is quite attractive. They've got something about them. I do actually sense a lot of emphasis around this person's body as well. I don't know why I'm actually starting to get quite heated thoughts here. Not in a weird way, but it's like, I think somehow you're going to catch a glimpse of their body. Maybe they're going to wear something different to their usual thing that they wear. They may dress very casual when you've seen them before, and they're going to really make an effort on this date. But whatever they wear, I do think it's going to show off their body a bit more, and I think you're going to see that this person actually has a pretty fine body under their clothes, and you're going to go, oh, they're more attractive than I thought they were, along with this glint in the eye. They may have very shiny eyes for this reason as well. And this moves me perfectly onto the next section, because I want to have a look at what this person looks like. So let's see. Okay. We've got the moon, we've got yin energy, which is female energy, and conjunction. Now, I do actually think this has a lot to do with what I said before, where this person isn't your usual type. And if you are a female looking for a male, I do think this male is very sensitive, has a lot of feminine energy, and maybe this is why you've been put off, because they're not your usual alpha type, or they don't seem to come across as your usual alpha type. And if you are a woman looking for a woman, or a man looking for a woman, I do think they may be very girly. If you're looking for a female, your future wife is going to be extremely girly. And I do think you may have a stereotype of girly girls. You may be someone who's like, oh, girly girls are annoying, they've never got anything interesting to say. No offense to girly girls out there, I'm quite a girly girl. I've got girly girl in me, and I know that we do have things to say, but if you get to know us, then we've got some really interesting things to say. But I think this may be the situation with you. If they are a female, they are very girly. And when you actually get to talk to them, you'll start to see that they have more interests other than makeup and clothes. So stereotypical. And if you are someone looking for a male, you will find that this man is sensitive, but it's like a manly kind of sensitivity. It's like, oh, he's actually really manly, but he's got that nice feminine kind of smoothness to him as well. You may find that they understand your feelings. It's like, no matter what you talk about, they will reciprocate with an understanding kind of statement. So that you're like, whoa, this person actually really understands me. It actually may be that sensitivity that makes you look at them in a different light. And as well, that glint in the eye, those watery kind of eyes that shine. I definitely see that, big, watery, shiny eyes, and it's that kind of gets you a bit there is so much sexual energy here already, but I think it's that glint in the eye that's going to do something to your body. It's going to kind of get things flowing for you, and it's going to be an unexpected, arousing kind of feeling. But I do feel like whoever this person is, if they are feminine, they are very curvy, beautiful curves, very Kim K kind of curvy, or Marilyn Monroe kind of curvy. And if they are a man, they may still be quite a curvy man. I do feel like with the male, it could be a male that holds a bit of weight, but not in a bad way, like a nice bit of weight, looks quite huggable. Gosh, I really hope I've not offended anybody there, but hey ho. But I do sense like it's very dreamy kind of demeanor as well. They may have a lot of Pisces energy or just a lot of water energy, Pisces, Scorpio or Cancer. I'm definitely getting Pisces and Cancer energy here, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if this person has Pisces or Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. Because I do sense that really dreamy kind of looking kind of demeanor, like sexy, tired eyes. And also we've got conjunction, a union merging and coming together. So a conjunction is when two planets merge. And I do think this person, that's one of their fortes, to be able to merge with another person, to be able to understand another person on an emotional level. Very empathic. I'm sensing that this person is extremely empathic. They feel you. But even in a regular conversation, they feel you. So when it comes to sex, they feel you there as well. It's like they know where to touch instinctually. And I do think that's something else that's going to really kind of bond you and merge you together. Like when you get in bed with this person, it's kind of going to be the best you've ever had kind of energy. And I mean, that's definitely grounds for marriage, right? So a little bit more on what they look like. Let's have a look, because I pulled some other cards for this too. The moon again. Okay, so we've got the moon twice, and this really gives me like Cancer, kind of Pisces vibe. The moon is Cancer. The moon does represent Cancer, but I'm definitely feeling a lot of Pisces here as well. So it could be Pisces or Cancer energy. Now, when I look at the colours of these cards, we've got the moon, strength, and the tower. They all have like gingery tints in them, like orangey tints. I would not be surprised if this person has ginger in their hair, maybe a male with ginger in their beard, but I'm definitely sensing ginger. There's something else I was sensing here as well. I think this person, sorry, that was a horrible noise that just came from my mouth then. I think this person may be a natural ginger, but I do think they may change their appearance. They either dye their hair ginger, or they are ginger naturally and they dye their hair blonde or another colour. Or maybe they have ginger hair with blonde streaks. A guy with blonde hair and ginger streaks. Sorry, a guy with blonde hair and a ginger beard. That's what I meant to say, sorry. I'm imagining this guy now with like flowing long ginger hair and he gets like blonde streaks in his hair. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but I can just see him now. Do you know what's really cool here as well? The lady in this card is wearing a pendant that's the same as your carnelian heart crystal here as well. Dreamy looking. Watery eyes, big watery eyes, potentially a natural ginger here as well, or somebody who dyes their hair ginger. Look out for that. Okay, so their energy. Let's have a look at their energy. So we've got that Pisces again, and we've got the 11th house of it's like social media. It can also be social groups, friends groups. And I did say that this person, you could friend zone this person, you could meet them through friends, or you may have already met this person in a friends group and you've already friend zoned them. This person's also got the sun as well. So I won't be surprised if this person is very liked, a very popular person. I really do feel like you may already know this person. And if not, this may be somebody that you get introduced to through friends. But I'm sensing they've got a shining personality. And I think because of their sensitivity, they're very well liked in their friends group. They may be the counselor of the group as well. So the friend who's got like a lot of friends through a lot of like sticky situations. And it could even be one of these sticky situations where you actually meet them one-on-one, because maybe you've had some heartbreak in the past and this person helps you through that heartbreak, and you see that glint in their eye at that point and like, whoa, maybe you're gonna be the next person. I also sense this person has a very sociable job as well. They may work with alcohol. I'm getting they may work with alcohol, so they may work in a bar, they may own a bar, they may own a pub. This could also be part of their like sociability because they are the hub. They may also be somebody who hosts parties, an event manager, or somebody who literally just hosts parties at their house and you end up going to their house at a party. Let's go into a little bit more about them. So, we've got the Two of Swords and we've got Temperance. Now the Two of Swords is about not seeing the truth. It's also about a decision, one of two decisions. Temperance is about balancing. Maybe they're so busy balancing other people's emotions that they're not balancing their own. This may be somebody who's very socially invested, very invested in their friend, and with you, very invested in you. When it comes to your marriage, they may be so invested in pleasing you and making sure that you're okay that then they don't so much care for themselves in the same way. I do think they're like maybe a good time Charlie or good time Sally. I don't know why good time Sally came in my mind. I've never heard of that phrase, good time Sally. Their name could be Sally or their name could be Charlie. I do sense they could have Gemini as well. They could have some Gemini in their chart. I definitely think when it comes to your marriage, you maybe have to be the person to urge this person to care for themselves as much as they care for others. Because I do feel a bit of imbalance in their energy. I think they're very loving and they're very giving and they're very generous. And this is another reason why you're going to be very happily married to this person, because they are giving you their all. And you always know that you won't have to worry that this person is falling out of love with you. You won't have to worry that this person's going to leave you. Like, you're going to be like the top person in the marriage. Like, this person's going to allow you to take control. I do think you may be the more authoritative of the two as well. Like, I don't think they're the kind of person to tell you if they're struggling. So I definitely get the feeling that you're going to have to kind of guess their emotions at times and maybe push them to be more practical. Also push them in social situations to say no at times. If a friend is taking too much of their time or asking too much of them, you may have to be the person who says, no, that's too much, like say no to them. Yeah, okay, so let's have a look at this person's career. What do they do for a job? We've already mentioned that they may work with alcohol. They may work when it comes to like events and things like that. So I'm definitely still getting the alcohol because we've got Pisces and that is like the epitome of water. It also represents like alcohol and drugs and things like that. I'm not saying this person's going to be like an alcoholic or like a druggie or anything like that, but I do think they work with alcohol. And also we've got the third house of communication, short distance travel. I really do feel like this person, they could be a salesperson. They could work in a bar or own a bar. And then we've got Pluto here as well. So we have got message and despair here. Quite interesting. Quite interesting. Message and despair, but we've also got Pluto, which matches despair very well there. If this person works in a bar or owns a bar, they may be a bit of a counsellor to their customers. Obviously with all their watery empathic energy, that would make a lot of sense. But at the same time, they could work in an industry where they do have to give people bad news. Because we have got Pluto here, we've got despair and message and the third house of communication. So an industry maybe where they have to send letters out about taxes or unpaid bills. They could be a debt collector. They could even be a counsellor. A counsellor or a healer of some kind, giving people positive messages in times of despair. You may meet them when they work in a bar, and then you urge them to train to do psychology, because Pluto does also represent psychology. So you urge them to train to do psychology, and then they become a counsellor. Right, let's have a look at how you will both meet. Okay, so we've got the 9th house, Mercury and Sagittarius down here. So Mercury, this definitely could be a social gathering, and this makes a lot of sense as well with the respect card, because you can see there's a group of people and they're in the shadows, and when you take a magnifying glass to them, you can actually see these people's faces and see them for who they are. This could be somebody in your friends group. Somebody that you may not have noticed before. Well, I mentioned that before. Somebody who you've already friend zoned or who you're going to friend zone, you won't notice them straight away. And you're going to take a magnifying glass to this person and see that they're actually someone that you could be with. And we've got Sagittarius in the 9th house here as well. And Sagittarius rules the 9th house. The 9th house and Sagittarius talk about higher education, belief systems, distant travel. You could meet while you're traveling. You could definitely meet while you're traveling, actually. I do sense this, like this bohemian kind of energy around this person. But you could also meet at some kind of spiritual social gathering. Maybe you're somebody who is interested in like group meditations, retreats, and you could meet this person at a retreat. Or you could literally meet this person at university or some kind of higher educational study vocation. Also like an online study, you could meet them online through a study group, because I'm definitely sensing a group energy around this person. You're going to meet this person when there's a group of people and you are going to friend zone them at first. And again, we've got surprise. You may be surprised about this person. You may be about to be surprised. So it is going to be a surprise when you take a magnifying glass to this person that this is somebody who you're actually really interested in. But around this marriage, I'm definitely sensing a lot of sociability and a hell of a lot of love. This person, your spouse, cannot be with somebody unless they are in love with them. And I do think that's why you're always going to be very confident that as you are together, this person is in love with you. I definitely sense that this person is extremely loyal. And that's what we all want from a marriage. You'll never have to worry that this person is going to cheat. And I want to say this because I definitely think you watching this may be somebody who has been with people who have cheated before or player kind of energy. So I do think this person's going to be a breath of fresh air for you. And I think this is why you're going to hold on to them, because you're going to be like, right, this is a 1 in a million. I don't have to worry around this person. And you may have had to worry around past people, because I definitely think you may have dealt with some players in the past. And you will know that this person is not a player. I definitely think you'll be a bit out of their league, but not in a bad way. I think maybe like physically out of their league. I totally think you're going to see the beauty in this person. I don't think this person's unattractive. I just think they're not your usual type. But I think you're going to see the beauty in this person. Like, you're going to fall for their soul. But attractive wise, put you both together, I think you are the looker. But yeah, right, so let's have a look and see whether Spirit wants to give us some indication on when you will meet this person. There's that Gemini energy I was talking about. I was sensing Gemini energy, but it makes a lot of sense. This is a very sociable energy. You will be, I do think your marriage as well, it's going to involve a lot of social gatherings. You're the kind of married couple to have mutual friends where you invite the friends over. You may also be like, what's the word? You may also get some of your friends together as well, like playing Cupid at times too. So this is actually, I do sense that you may already know this person. Okay, let's put that in there. And that won't be for everybody, but I sense that you may already know this person, but this person is coming along soon. You're looking at 3 weeks or 3 months. I do think you're going to meet this person this year if you haven't met them already. And it's within 3 months or 3 weeks, guys. Around that time. Okay, so this is beautiful. And before I go, I want to talk to you about the carnelian crystal, because I do find that the crystals that you choose for the pile, when I talk about the crystal at the end of the reading, I always find that the crystal coincides with the reading, which is always absolutely fascinating for me. So I want to talk to you about this carnelian crystal and what it actually means, its healing properties. So carnelian accelerates healing in the bones, ligaments and kidneys, so it removes toxicity. I don't think there's going to be any toxicity here in this relationship. This person's not going to hurt you, but I do think you may have to remove their toxicity. And I think their toxicity is surrounding giving too much of themselves away. You know, you may have to be the one to say, no, that's giving too much of you away, that's too much, say no. It also helps boost blood flow, and it also boosts that libido, that sexual energy I was gaining at the beginning of this reading. So I do think you're going to be a very sexually active couple, and when it comes to the marriage, like, the sex ain't going nowhere. Also, carnelian can help treat depression. Now look, this person has all this moon watery energy, so this person may be prone to bouts of depression, but I think they get depressed when it comes to giving too much of themselves away, and I think you're going to really help curb that. This person needs someone like you. You're the more assertive one, and you're going to be like, you're giving too much of yourself away, look, you're getting depressed, and they're going to listen to you, they're going to trust your opinion, and yeah, you're going to be able to alleviate that self-sacrificial nature that they have. Right, pile number 2, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you liked it, please drop me a like, and if you like content like this, please subscribe, because I'd love to make more of this for you. And guys, I shall see you in the next reading. Goodbye. Hello, pile number 3, you chose the smoky quartz crystal. Let's have a look at who your spouse is going to be, and straight off the bat, I want to take a look at the energy between you both in the relationship. So what type of energy are we looking at between you guys? The kind of energy that's going to draw you together, and the reason you're going to be married to this person. So first up, we pulled the crown chakra crystal. So I do think you're going to be very intellectually connected to this person. Let me just check that my camera is in focus, because I always have so much trouble with this camera. Hello, we're back in the room. So there is a connection with the crown chakra. You'll probably be able to I do actually think you may have like a telepathic connection with this person. Like you just know what that person's thinking. You know what they're going to say before they say it. I actually think you may be that kind of couple that says the same thing at the same time. Like so connected that you're a little bit like twins. Are you twin flames? You could actually be twin flames. I'm also sensing this energy that you could be a bit like siblings. And I know that sounds wrong, but you could have that kind of twinning energy where people actually may comment and say, oh, you two could be brother and sister. In a good way, not in a weird way, in a good way. Okay, this one's confusing. Straight off the bat, it's got quite confusing. So we've got passion and we've got deception. Now I don't think this is a bad thing, because no marriage is based on anything bad. Is it? You get married for the best intentions. But I'm seeing this in a way where maybe one of you is going to bring, I'm definitely sensing Virgo energy here already, but I'm definitely sensing that you're going to be so similar, but one of you isn't being authentic to themselves. Maybe one of you is very connected to your professional persona. I did a Virgo reading very similar to this recently, so I won't be surprised if you're a Virgo sun, moon or rising, even Venus, or this person is a sun, moon, rising or Venus. But I think what you're going to do is your passion for one another, the fact that you love one another so much but you are so similar, is going to help the other person, or the person who is not being authentic to themselves, love themselves authentically. And this is actually really beautiful. Just see if I can pick anything else up from this. So when you meet this person, you may not think you're alike at first, and it actually may take the marriage until whichever one of you is hiding yourselves finally comes out of your shell. Thing is, it takes a lot of energy to not be authentic to who you are. I'm also sensing that this marriage may even change, someone may change careers when it comes to the marriage. Maybe when you get engaged, or maybe after the marriage, one of you are going to change careers. I do feel like you may actually go in business with each other. I also feel that if you do not go in business with each other, the other person or yourself may change careers so that you're doing the same career as your partner. I feel this very twin kind of energy, that kind of we could be siblings kind of energy, and not in a weird way. Bear in mind, you could already be with this person. And I didn't feel the need to say that with the other groups for some reason. But you could already be with this person, you're just not married yet. And this could be a confirmation that you're going to get married to this person, but also a confirmation that a lot more is going to unfold within your relationship. There's going to be a career change. and one of you is going to come out your shell a bit more. It's very interesting. Okay, let's have a look and see what this person looks like. So we've got water, mutable, and Saturn. I was getting the feeling that this person could be quite slender. They could be quite slender and tall, or they could just be very slender. A really nice physique, actually, but more slender. A slender female, maybe slimmer, longer legs, or a slender man, like very model-esque kind of slenderness. We've got mutable, which is all about fluidity, surrender, and welcoming change. And I do think there is going to be some change within this partnership. If you've not met them already, obviously when you meet them, you're probably not going to foresee the future with them because a lot is going to change. And you're not going to feel like you're the same at first. And then you will realise you are literally like twins. Sorry, I've just probably mentioned that too many times, but I really need to really hone in on that because I think it's going to be a big factor to your marriage. It's going to really help the marriage, the fact that you are so similar. You can predict each other. Like, that the marriage is going to be so successful as well because when one of you has an issue, you know the other person has the same issue. So you both feel very comfortable to talk about it because you know you're both going to have the same issue. And if you want to sort things out, they want to sort things out. If you don't want to talk about it, they don't want to talk about it. You'll always be kind of mirroring each other. And obviously you may be a little bit out of sync at times because that's natural, but most of the time you're going to mirror each other. I do also feel the beginning of this relationship, you probably if you're in this relationship already, and I really do sense this, but even if you're not, I do think at the beginning of this relationship, you may not be able to imagine a marriage with this person because one of you is restricted. I've got Saturn here, okay? Remember I said one of you isn't being yourself. And because one of you is being restricted, it may put a little bit of strain on the relationship. Just sorting out that camera again. But I do sense that there's going to be quite a few factors to this relationship that keeps you together, you know. You're going to have a emotional connection, a intellectual connection, a sexual connection. So we've got this passion here. And when one of you comes out of your shell, that's when things are really going to start flowing between you both. And it could actually be that moment where you actually decide to get engaged. I do sense a fair bit of quickness with this relationship as well. And I do think there's going to be a lot of respect between you because I do think because one of you has allowed the other person to be more free and be more authentic, there's going to be that respect there. Physical appearance. So we said slender. Future spouse is going to be a slender person, potentially tall and slender. And they may also be, they may be foreign. They may be from a different culture than you. And this is really bringing me twin flame kind of relationship here. I definitely think they're going to be darker. They're going to have a darker complexion. They're going to have dark hair. Maybe even quite dark eyes as well. Like a really intense looking person. So we've got the Virgo sun, moon and rising. I'm also sensing some Scorpio there. I'm sensing like a Scorpio Venus vibe here as well. Like very kind of sexual, intense. kind of look to them. And I do think that's what's going to get your fire going. So slender, tall, dark, beautiful or handsome, whether this is a male or a female. And most probably a different culture. I do sense, it actually could be any culture, but I'm sensing a hotter country. They could be from a country that's got a hotter climate than yours. I'm sensing that like exoticism. And I think you're going to have a natural connection to their culture. So you may have grown up in the UK and you may have always been really into Italian cooking. So you cook a lot of Italian dishes. This is an example, it doesn't have to be specific, but if it is, then hey, this is for you. But it could be like, it could be Jamaican food, it could be Thai food, but whatever this is going to be a culture that you've immersed yourself in. And I do actually think other people may have confused you for this culture as well. So for instance, if it's Italian, they could have been like, your friends may have gone, oh, are you actually Italian, or do you have Italian in your family? And you say no, because you actually could have a hint of this culture in you, maybe far back in your ancestry. I definitely sense you have a connection to their culture. It's different to yours, but you have a connection to it, or you've always been interested in their food, or you enjoy holidaying there and things like that. And that's what's going to make you twin. That's what's going to give you that twin kind of vibe, because they are the culture that you are connected to. And I honestly think that they're going to be of this different culture. You're going to be very connected to that culture, even though you don't think you are genetically connected to that culture. But I think if you go down into your ancestry, you're going to find a connection to their culture, and then you're going to be like, it all makes sense. Okay. Their energy. Let's have a look at them, their energy, their demeanor. We've got Scorpio Venus. Again, we've got Scorpio, we've got Venus. I think they're going to be a very sensual lover, a very sensual person in general, and very intense. Like the kind of person that just oozes sex appeal. And I'm not sensing that they're unattractive. I am actually sensing that they are quite attractive. But I'm just sensing they just have this sex appeal. Like, you know Miguel? He's actually one of my favourite artists, so I'm not surprised I'm talking about him. But he's got like those smaller features, like a small nose, thin lips, like smaller eyes. And he actually looks a bit sneaky, but there's just something so sexy about him. Like he just oozes sex appeal. I actually think he's got some Scorpio in his big three. If I remember rightly, he may be he's a Scorpio sun. So it makes sense, but I definitely think this person's got Virgo and Scorpio in their chart. And I won't be surprised if they've got the smaller features like Miguel, but that sex appeal like Miguel as well. And we've got the fourth house. So I do think they're going to be very connected to their culture, and I think they're going to be extremely connected to their family. I think they're going to have quite a big family, actually. I don't know, I can hear like chants. Not like chants, but like a lot of people going like, way, like that sounds so crap. How can I describe it? I can just, so I'm just going to sort out this candle. I can't, oh my God. Have I just melted my nail? I sense a lot of clapping, a lot of music, a lot of dancing around their family. I think they're going to be the kind of family that are quite loud. And I think you're going to really like that. A big, loud family, and they're going to be so welcoming. And I think you come from a maybe smaller, more quieter family. It could be big, but more quiet, like a family where you don't really do much together, Maybe you meet up for Christmas, but you don't really do things together. There's not that many events going on. And it's a very kind of like, you come from a very family that's very prim and proper, maybe. It's the best way I can describe it, where you sit at a dinner table and you only talk about what's appropriate. So you have a very conservative family, there's the word. Whereas this person, I feel like they're more loose. And whenever you go and see them, it's a good flipping time. And I think you're gonna love that. And I do think it's because you have got their blood in you. And you're gonna actually be like, well, I feel like I'm at home when I'm with this family. Yeah, okay, brilliant. So, what else do we have? Oh yeah, their energy, that's where we were. Now, I don't think it's this person's first rodeo. I think this person has left a relationship probably quite recently. And it could have been quite a fiery relationship because we have the 5 of Wands and the 8 of Cups. 5 of Wands talks about conflict. And the 8 of Cups talks about walking away from something that you were once emotionally connected with. Also walking away in search for something more emotionally fulfilling. I'm going to blow this candle out because it's burning the side of my candle holder. It is making a mess of my selenite candle holder. And the reason I feel like they've moved away from this fairly recently, probably within the past years, because we've got the Knight of Wands here. And the Knight of Wands is galloping their way away, galloping their way away from this situation here. It's like they are in search for more passion, and that is this Venus Scorpio here as well. They are in search for a more ravishing kind of relationship. I do think this person's self-sufficient as well. Self-sufficient, self-made. And even though they've left a relationship, and I do think this relationship could have been a fairly serious one. There could have been assets involved, there could have been kids involved. I don't sense kids predominantly in this reading, but there could have been kids involved, there could have been assets involved, or it could have just been a long-term relationship that they've left. But I do think this person's very self-sufficient, and I think this is why they had the freedom to leave. A lot of people struggle to leave relationships because of the house and the fact that when you split your finances, you have less finances and things like that. I don't know, I've never had a divorce, I've never left a relationship. Well, I have left a relationship where there were assets, but hey ho, whatever. We're not going to go into that. But there was no, like, this person either isn't losing anything from leaving this relationship, or they were the providers in this relationship, so they left the relationship unscathed. And they had everything that they needed to say, this relationship, yeah, I need a relationship with more passion. It's like they've got this freedom to take their love and their passion and that sexual energy where they please, because they are the magician, they are self-sufficient. This could also be a businessman or a businesswoman, somebody who has their SHIT in check and together. I do sense a little bit of selfishness here, and not in a bad way. Well, in a little bit of a bad way, not in a horrible way. What am I saying now? A bit of selfishness around this, in the way that they are kind of like, I think they're generous. I do think they're generous. But I think they're very fair with their finances, fair with their assets. Just say you want a pair of shoes, it's a why do you need that pair of shoes kind of thing. But this is positive because it means that they're always gonna be stable. I just think they're very guarded when it comes to their assets, and it may actually have something to do with this past relationship here. maybe I mean, they most probably were the breadwinner in this past relationship that they've left. So when you first meet this person, or maybe you are in a relationship with this person right now, as we discussed at the start of this reading, they may be a little bit tight. A little bit tight. But I think when they get to trust you more, they will ease up. And when it comes to the marriage, I think they're going to ease up. Well, I mean, their assets and your assets will combine. So, hey ho, yeah. Good times. Okay, so let's have a look at this person's career. What does this person do as a career? Because they clearly are very self-made. Leo, Jupiter, 4th house. So Leo and Jupiter, that is a very flashy energy. Somebody who makes a lot of money and they show that off. I won't be surprised if this person wears a lot of designer clothes, actually. Or they like their designer stuff. Sudden wealth, unexpected income, community. Okay, I said this person's well off. This person is self-made. I do feel like this person probably works for themselves, owns their own company, because we've got community here and unexpected income. Can you see this person's giving somebody money and we've got community there? I think they are the boss. They're the big boss. Big boss. Why did I just say that like that? So embarrassing. And they are wealthy. They've got a successful business going. Yes, look at them. They are the magician. They have all the tools and they got all the money. A little bit tight with it, but they're not always going to be tight with it. I'm definitely sensing that. This could be a family business, actually. A very successful family business that they own. I'm just trying to hone in and just think what this business could be in particular. Because it could be an entertainment business, but I'm not really getting that. Could be food. Could be their own food business, a very fancy restaurant. Whatever it is, it's fancy and it's flashy. This person doesn't really get their hands dirty very often. Okay. It could be like a creative kind of business. Could be food, being creative with food. Property. Property. It's property business. Got it. Food, property, all the creative arts, but I'm not getting the creative arts so much. I say that because we've got Leo and Jupiter here. Property, guys. Property person. Family property business. Woo! I want to marry him or her. Okay, so how will you both meet? So many silences in this because I'm like kind of just chilling in the energy of these people. So how will you meet your future spouse? So, okay. There was the energy that you may already be with this person. If you are with this person, you may actually be waiting for a divorce. You may be waiting for a divorce, but I actually think it could be them. They're waiting to finalize a divorce. If you don't already know this person, they are waiting for a divorce. Or you may meet this person in a work capacity, and it could well be an affair. I'm getting that energy here, guys. It could be an affair because they are very sexual and you are going to be very magnetized towards them. And you may find out that they're married already married, but you will pull them away from that unsavory marriage, because I definitely sense that if they are still married, it's not going well, guys. I mean, it's conflict. It's conflict. It's 5 of Wands. It's conflict left, right and center. And they really want, I can't pick these cards up with these nails, but they really want more. They want more. Okay, so they're ready to leave. They're ready to take their burning wand and stick it somewhere else. Oh, what? Why did I just say that? So this person could already be married, awaiting a divorce. They could meet you in a work way, in a work capacity, and you force them to kind of leave their past relationship and let the other person go. I'm definitely sensing you're going to meet this person through work, and I'm definitely sensing that very magnetic attraction between you both. And as mentioned before, I think you're going to have this natural intellectual stimulation from this person. You're going to talk and the conversation is going to really flow for you both. You know, you are destined to be together. And I do think because of this destiny, it doesn't matter what situation you're both in, whether that person's already married or with somebody else, or you're with somebody else, you are going to be pulled away from the people that you're not supposed to be with and pulled to be together. You could also meet at the gym, but I'm definitely sensing some kind of work situation. You could even meet in a bar. You could meet in a bar, and one of you could be on a works do, or one of you could be in a work meeting. Or you could meet each other at one of your work establishments. But also, because we've got the 6th house here as well, I want to say food establishment. I want to say the gym, a spa, somewhere like that. Sorry about that, I ran out of time on the camera, but it could be food that this person does own their own food company. It could be in their restaurant that you meet them. But this person's flashy. This person's going to catch your eye. This person's going to enter the room and they're just going to shine like a star, and you're going to be like, hey, who are you? There's going to be so much attraction here. So let's have a look and see whether Spirit wants to tell me when you guys will meet. Okay, I'm definitely sensing this work establishment because you have a Tuesday. None of the other piles got a day of the week. And look, Tuesday's a work day, it's a school night, okay? You're gonna meet this person when it comes to like work. And if you already know this person, if you're already with this person, check and see whether you met on a Tuesday. That would be really interesting. If you did, please comment down below. But also we've got Capricorn, 10 weeks, 10 months. So if you haven't met this person, okay, I think I know why we've got 2 cards here. I think the Tuesdays, for those of you that have already met this person, maybe you can backtrack and find out whether you met on a Tuesday. And for those who haven't met this person yet, you could be looking at 10 weeks or 10 months on a Tuesday. But also Capricorn is the self-made work card. Self-made Capricorn, this person with their own business, that's Capricorn energy. Your workplace is Capricorn energy. Capricorn is the businessman, the businesswoman. So this literally could be a meeting at work. Right, guys, I am going to see whether Spirit has any extra information for you on this connection. 7 of Pentacles, investment. This person may be very much into investment, but also this relationship is going to be like an investment for you both. I do think there's a lot of money in this connection, and I don't think it's the passion, it's the SEX that's going to keep you guys together. You know, it's that kind of attraction. I definitely sense it's like an attraction that you both have for one another that's going to really keep you together. But I do think there's going to be a lot of money involved as well. So this relationship could be a bit like an investment you could build together. Oh, I did say at the start of the reading, you guys will probably end up going in business together. You actually may end up leaving your job and working in their business. Interesting. And the moon and the tower. I do think this person's leaving a marriage because of unfulfillment, emotional unfulfillment. And if you notice here as well, we've got the squirrel, and the squirrel stores their nuts. And you can see that the tree or the hill that the squirrel, the squirrel stored their nuts in has been hit by lightning. So maybe this person's invested a lot in this past relationship, and this divorce is actually going to be quite tricky for them financially. They pulled the Magician card, so 100% and sudden wealth, guys. This person's got money, and even after the divorce, they're going to still have money. They're going to have enough. But I do think the divorce, a divorce that they're in, or a relationship that they've just left, they had to do some tricky stuff with money. A lot of stuff under the surface with this person as well. I did mention one of you aren't being your authentic selves. It could be this person. I think when you first meet them, they're not being themselves. They may be being a professional, that professional persona I spoke about at the start of the reading. They're so connected to their profession that they are just constantly their professional persona, but you're the person who's gonna kind of scratch under the surface and be like, all right, who are you? Let's bring a bit more of who you are out. And then that's when you're gonna realize that you guys are mirroring each other. You're like twins. Okay. At the end of every reading, I always discuss the crystal that you chose, because since I've been doing these pick a card readings, I've always found that the crystals have made so much sense to the pile that you've chosen, so much sense to the reading. So we are going to talk about smoky quartz and what this means for what the healing properties are. So smoky quartz lifts negative thoughts and depression. And I do think maybe this person, they are suppressing their true self, and like you're going to come along and you're going to lift that weight off them. You're going to allow them to be free again. It also disperses fear, relieves stress and anxiety. If this person has a successful business, they are going to be very anxious and they are going to be very stressed. And if they are going through a sticky divorce, again, you're going to come along and you're going to relieve them from that. You're going to give them a reason to live away from work again. And also relieves from nightmares. So if you're somebody who has nightmares, get yourself some smoky quartz and sleep next to it. It will help relieve nightmares. If this person says to you, I keep getting nightmares, smoky quartz, okay? Write that down, remember that, say to them, right, I'm gonna buy you some smoky quartz. And yeah, they'll probably think, okay, let's try it. I can actually imagine them being a bit patronizing at first, just like, okay, because a crystal's gonna relieve my nightmares. And then it actually works. And they're like, oh, tell me more about this kind of stuff. Anyways, right, this reading has gone on forever. So I thank you so much for watching if you have watched until the end. If you like this reading, please drop me a like. If you like content like this, please subscribe, because I'd love to make more content like this for you. Even my voice is starting to go. I'm starting to slur my words a bit. I am not drunk, okay? But if you do like content like this and you have more suggestions for more pick a card readings, I would love for you to comment those down below as well, because I absolutely love doing the pick a card readings. I have so much fun, but at the same time, I want to touch up on subjects that you are interested in. So if you have any ideas, I would be so grateful to hear them. And good luck with this. This is set to be a very prosperous marriage, but I'm telling you, there's more than the money here. There is more than the money. There is the sex, there's intellectual connection, and you guys are like twin flames. Like you are proper twinning it. And this definitely looks like a twin flame story that's going to work out for the positive. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If this guy has a brother, or if this girl has a brother or a cousin or anyone, even a father, I'll take them. I will take them. Let me know. All right then, bye.